Hello, my name is Rich and welcome to That Gaming Show. And today we're asking the question, should you play Little Nightmares? Voice went a bit funny there. I mean, can you say the word nightmares without it being like dark and brooding? Little Nightmares! No, it doesn't work. That's the show. We're getting going. So, what is Little Nightmares? Let me tell you, my fellow viewer. When the trailer first came out for this game, I was really interested. And I'm not really a horror type fan. In fact, I go out of my way to avoid them at all costs. But there was something about the look and the playstyle that made me think, maybe I could overcome my fears for this game. I could do it. It took me almost 2 years to build up the courage to actually play the thing. I was so interested in it that I actually splashed out and got the 6th edition of Little Nightmares. And this is actually quite cool. There's only a little bit extras to get this edition, so what do you get in the box? You obviously get the box with this really interesting cage sleeve. You get a Little Nightmares comic, which is essentially a preview to the main one that's come out. Really interesting art style, but as always it's laden with mystery and never quite answering any questions. Just enough to keep you interested. You obviously also get the base game, and even inside the game case there are more goodies. You get the soundtrack, you get stickers, and you even get a poster which I can safely say I will never be putting on my wall ever. And finally you even get the statue of Six, our main protagonist. I'll even take her out the cage for the remainder of the video. It's actually a really generous edition, and again it wasn't that expensive. You get all that cool stuff. So let's talk about the main game. Little Nightmares developed by Tearaway Studios, and I hope I'm saying that right. The same developers behind Little Big Planet PS Vita, and in collaboration with Media Molecule, Tearaway Unfolded, which by the way I really enjoyed. Is a puzzle platformer horror game set in the depths of this vessel called the Maw. You play a child called Six, our main protagonist, as you try to escape the ship, its inhabitants, and try to figure out the mysteries behind your dreams starring this geisha lady. Is she your mum? Who knows? But she's terrifying. And that's what I'm going to talk about in terms of story so I don't spoil it. One of the major problems I faced whilst playing this game is that I'm a major scaredy cat.
My ass.
Whoa!
What?
So why on earth did I want to play Little Nightmares? One of the obvious reasons is, look at it. The visuals are so gorgeous. It's got a very unique look, very Tim Burton-esque. It's incredibly stylistic and the lighting is beautiful. You'll be in a darkened space and you flick your lighter and suddenly the area is illuminated and it draws you to the main character because she's wearing a yellow raincoat. The main character is always the most prominent colour on the screen, even in darkness. So yeah, the game looks fantastic. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. The gameplay as well is very simple. It joins that playstyle of Limbo and Inside. You can run, jump, use a lighter, and even grab onto things in this semi-2D platform. There's obviously room to move around, but the view doesn't really change. And also when the game starts out, it doesn't give you a tutorial, it doesn't hold your hand in any way. It doesn't even tell you what the buttons are, it literally drops you in the dark and lets you figure out for yourself. It's essentially a hide and seek game. You know, that game you used to play when you were kids and you'd be happy, fun, chasing everyone around and funny. Now it's filled with monsters and it's dark and it's scary. Man, was hide and seek scary when I was a kid? You spend the entire time panicking they're gonna find you. That's how tense this game is. And I will tell you right now, there are no jump scares. You just have to try and traverse this place and avoid being caught by the creatures you face along the way. And these guys are terrifying. I mean, the blind guy freaked me out the most because he just came out of nowhere all the time. What this game gets right is creating atmosphere. The soundtrack does a great job replacing the missing dialogue. But you do slowly learn about the story, and just by observing Six and her actions, as you try to escape and explore this world you're in, it's very interesting. So I guess the big question is, did this game scare me? It kinda did.
Oh my god.
I mean, there were some moments.
Oh, good lord!
But there was never a moment where I wanted to stop playing. There was moments where I freaked out, but I managed to overcome the obstacles. I managed to use whatever knowledge of gaming I have in my head. There was never a moment where I thought, oh my god, I'm so done for, this is awful, I'm going to stop playing this game now. There was always that kind of edge of, that was really super close. But I wanted to keep going, I wanted to know what the hell this place was. There are, however, things I don't like about Little Nightmares, and it's something to keep in mind. It's quite short. I managed to beat it in just over 2 hours when I wasn't rushing much. I was rushing a little bit. But I definitely recommend you do it in one sitting. But because it is quite short, it's actually quite nice to play a short game. A break from these huge AAA open world games, and play these nice little indie titles like this one. And it means you get to experience the games that aren't normally advertised. And again, I've seen people play it with more time than 2 hours. And also to that extent, I wish the puzzles were a little harder. I mean, I didn't feel like I was being challenged that much. But the cool thing as well, they even got some DLC for the game as well, which I will be looking at in the near future. Maybe that'll help kind of lengthen the game's time. I might come back and let you know how that is. I think you should play this game. Even if you aren't a fan of horrors, this game is actually really enjoyable. Set in a dreary, beautiful world, with a really interesting story that you just want to unfold. I think it's worth your time, even if it's only for a short visit. So there you go guys, what do you think? Do you agree with my opinions? Have you played this game? Are you interested in playing this game? Then please let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a good thumbing. And if you want to see other videos do on the channel as well, please subscribe and check out for more videos like this coming very soon. Either way, thank you very much for watching. My name is Rich and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ra.
Play some happy music. Happy thoughts.
Where's the trapdoor? Can anyone Google where the trapdoor is?
It is.
No!
Oh shit.
Oh shit! No! What the fuck?
Ah!
Ah!